Take a deep breath. Tune into the beating of your heart and awaken to a fresh perspective. Welcome to See More with Morsi, your go-to podcast for discovering a centered path for your purpose. And what's up? My name is Morsi, and I help entrepreneurs, leaders, and creators just like you invite presence into both your personal and professional life. Don't quit now. Keep putting your creative work out there. This is a message that has been deep in my heart. The grit to continue putting yourself out there even when it seems like no one's watching. Even when it seems like it's not your idea, it's not moving as quick as you thought it would. Don't quit now. Keep putting yourself out there. Keep putting your creative work out there. I have a couple lessons I'd like to share with you from the 5+ years that I have been creating content. I started creating back in 2019. And from there, my business and my creation, it grew. It didn't grow in the ways that I had imagined it would, but it grew. And not only did it grow, I grew with it. It shaped me as an individual and person. It really tested my grit, my determination, my purpose. I find that entrepreneurship, creating online, doing what you love, making a living out of that, it's far more than strategy and execution. While that is important, I'm not putting that on the back burner, all right? It's important. It's also important to honor your mental, emotional, and spiritual journey as well. When you put these all together, you don't quit. You keep going. You find the bright side of life. Maybe you get yourself down sometimes. Maybe you get down sometimes. But you find a way to come back up and continue putting yourself out there. I remember hearing someone say, the more you put yourself out there, the more you continue putting your creative work out there, the less competition you have. Because you're outlasting many of those who quit in the beginning. Most people quit too soon. I know this isn't your first time hearing this. Most people quit too soon, whether it's in the first couple months or the first couple years. When you're growing something from scratch, especially when it comes from your authenticity, especially when you find that you're pioneering something, it takes time. It takes time. Anything takes time, especially in the world of content creation, in the world of entrepreneurship, right? Building things from the bottom up. It takes time. All of that time is necessary to help you gain the skills that you need to sustain it once you see it built high, like a tower. So you know how to take care of it. Most of us are doing this on our own. You know, there's people with teams, and still then there is an aspect of continuously to continue going, to continue putting your work out there. But in many ways, it's so important to take your time and to be patient and not fall into this urgency culture that was created, out of consuming content so much, right? This new culture of urgency and rushing and putting out as much as possible. It's important to find your balance and your harmony with that so you're not burning out. But you do continue putting yourself out there, and you don't quit just because you had a thought that told you you weren't good enough, or you're not doing something enough, or you blame the algorithm for some reason. Don't do that to yourself, right? Fall in love with the process, and you won't do that to yourself. Fall in love with the process, and you'll love everything. I mean, maybe in the moment when you're on a low, you may not feel love for that low in the moment. But in hindsight, in retrospect, you'll be grateful for that moment. When something doesn't turn out the way you thought it would, consider that you've avoided a challenge or a problem that was beyond your awareness. You indeed were protected by something. Fall in love with the process. When you fall in love with the process, you find that the journey and the destination are the same thing. You find that the highs and the lows and everything in between, the little tiny moments and the big moments, they all hold an equal importance. They're all a part of this divine journey. I like using the term life's inevitable counterparts, right? Light and dark, peace and chaos, pain and pleasure. One cannot be without the other. Highs and lows. One cannot be without the other. You're not going to go through this journey with only highs, with only getting what you want. So to tune in to the natural rhythm of life, to notice that every outcome and every event is an aspect of the divine. It's an aspect of the universe, of life, of a much deeper intelligence that is beyond the human mind. And when you're still allowing thoughts to pass, come and go, you can tap into that. And remind yourself that this moment right here is divine. No matter if you feel discouraged or not, there's some aspect of it that has purpose. And when you know that something has purpose, an event has purpose, there's a feeling of safety in it. There's a feeling of I'll be okay, no matter where you are on your journey, right? Don't quit now. Keep putting your creative work out there. Fall in love with the process, because your energy will seep out into everything you do. Your message doesn't have to be shared through words. It can be shared through your body language. It can be shared through your aura. Fall in love with the process. That's where your authenticity is discovered. It's a process of discovering that, your values, what you believe, your self-expression. Open up to recognizing purpose beyond profit. A huge aspect of making a living from what you do is receiving monetary profit, financial income, so you can survive in this world, so you can eat, so you can live each day doing what you love for a living. So there is an important, in some way, numbers, right? And the money you receive. There is an importance there. But when there's too much importance there, you stop, you quit, you find excuses and reasons not to continue, not to see your vision all the way through. Find purpose beyond profit. Refining your skills, learning new things, finding systems that work for you. This is why I say fall in love with the process. Because you'll find that all those other things, money and status and image, they're secondary. They're secondary. I know for some who may hear those terms, money, status, image, it might sound incredibly superficial and out of touch. But when we live in a society, there's some importance to that. But it doesn't need to be your priority. When you make those things, those secondary things, money, status, image, the priority, you lose your authenticity. You lose your purpose, your grounding. Stay centered, stay focused, centered, right? This podcast is for finding a centered path for your purpose, recognizing the logic in living in society, the need to survive, but also recognizing what it means to honor your spirit, honor your inner child, honor your creativity. Fall in love with the process of refining a skill, learning something new, finding a process that works for you. I could say that I feel very comfortable with the process that I am in now since 2019. I shared often that I used to be so nervous before podcast episodes. Now I'm not. I'm chilling. I press record and I'm there. I mean, it takes a couple takes before. You got to warm up a little bit, like an athlete needs to stretch. I needed to warm up a bit. And then I press play and I keep it going. I keep it popping. That takes time. It may not take you 5 years. It may take you less. Who knows? Don't count the years. Don't worry about the years. Be present in the process, all right? Find purpose beyond profit. Focus on your blissipline. Blissipline. Intentionally tuning in to joy, to peace, to inspiration. So you become a magnet for whatever you want, a creative channel where that creativity flows through you. This is something that I emphasize and share in my newsletter, The Enlightened Entrepreneur, and I encourage you to subscribe. The Enlightened Entrepreneur was built out of my intention to have the grit to continue putting myself out there and to know that there are many people out there who need this motivation to keep going. Because it's so easy to fall into negative thinking and to quit. Yeah, sometimes you need a break. I can say I've taken breaks. I've taken long breaks, but I never quit altogether. That's why I'm still here. I created the Enlightened Entrepreneur to touch on those points where, as an entrepreneur and leader and creative, you need that inspiration, you need that upliftment, that grounding and motivation to help you continue walking a centered path for your purpose, to continue inviting presence into this moment so you're led by presence. You're not caught up in all the mistakes from the past. You're not caught up in all the ideas of who you think you should be, but you're present here in the moment. Nothing to prove, no identity to protect. You're sharing your gift with the world. And that's a beautiful way to live. Let me tell you that. To inspire, to wake up every day and know that you are inspiring someone in some way or another, that's a beautiful way to live. So enroll, subscribe to The Enlightened Entrepreneur. This is not just a newsletter. When you subscribe, you're awakening to a new state of consciousness. You are being supported as an entrepreneur, leader, and creative. And last but not least, one of these final lessons that I'd like to share is nurture the other parts of yourself. As we're on this journey, our mind is going to be so consumed with how to build what we're building, how to build your creative endeavor, how to build your business, how to reach and touch your audience and touching their heart. It's going to be a huge part of your life. And it's so easy to get stuck in that thought stream and just stay there. But it's important that you take intentional breaks. You put the phone down. You stop looking at the YouTube Studio app. You stop checking your notifications. And you honor the other aspects of you. You pour into the other cups of you. So that you recognize your wholeness. As a whole being, you recognize every aspect of you. Go take your time now. Go spend time with your family. Go spend time with those who are now, they're healthy, they're happy, they're here, they're alive on this planet. Go be with them. Go to the park, go to the beach, go hug a tree, go be one with nature. Go do that. Go read a book, go to your favorite restaurant, try a new meal. Make sure you take full days off. For me, I honor my weekends. My weekends are sacred. Because it is my intention to honor every aspect of me. So I can continue doing this. I do it because I love doing this. That's why I do it. And every weekend, after the weekend, when I come back, I'm refreshed, I'm ready, I'm smiling. There was a time when I wasn't doing that, and I was dreading this. I was taking really long breaks off because I was so burnt out. I would take 5 months off at a time. Honor the other parts of you. You're not just an entrepreneur. You're not just a creative or a leader. There's other parts of you. And in that, tune into your true essence that is beyond identity. Now we're diving deeper a little bit into spirituality, beyond identity. Sit in stillness and be there and watch the thoughts come and go. It is incredibly freeing. You find deep purpose once you step back into the state of consciousness of working and building in this world. Don't quit now. Keep putting your creative work out there. When you do, you outlast the competition. You outlast everyone who's just putting stuff out. Fall in love with the process. This is life, baby. Life is now. Fall in love with the process. Find purpose over beyond profit. Yes, we're logical here. We know we need to survive. We know. But when you find something a little bit deeper, those aspects come to you because your energy is magnetic. It's open. It's free. Your vibration is one that is in a space to receive. And nurture the other parts of you beyond your work as a creative entrepreneur and leader. My name is Morsi. Thank you for being here. Be sure to subscribe to The Enlightened Entrepreneur and get your Blissapline on. Until next time.